Lagos is such a busy place, and as one of the most populous city in the country, Lagos has a record of total population of an estimate of about 12.9 million people as at mid-2025. In addendum, statistics have shown that Lagos has numerous road networks of approximately 5,180 kilometers, out of which 2,743 kilometers are state road, 1,746 are local government roads, while the remaining 591 kilometers are for the federal government. Despite all this, it is recorded that most of these road networks are below standard and working below efficiency. This is why the government has deemed it fit to come to rescue of the masses in giving a conducive environment for the citizen. This is Lagos Transportation Agenda. My name is Emmanuel Aransiola, and today we'll be taking a critical look at a topic which says understanding road languages, talking about the traffic lights, the road markings, intelligent studs, and road pavement markings, and what have you. And no other person could do justice to this topic other than a prominent figure in the Lagos Ministry of Transportation, and is by virtue of position the Director of Transport Engineering, in person of Engineer Bolaji Bada. Engineer Bada, good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, sir. When I first heard about that name Bada, what rings on my ear is the Bada of the Celestial Church of Christ. Are you related to the Bada family, or is a neutral Bada, so to say?
It's a neutral Bada. Bada from Lagos is mine.
Okay.
And that one is Bada of Sele is from Ogun State.
From Ogun State.
But there is likely to be a convergence here. Both are worried.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, don't mind me, I'm just trying to. All right, so we'll take a quick break, and when we are back, we'll be taking a deep dive into the topic proper. Please stay with us.
Welcome on board the newly retrofitted Light Ferry, where innovation meets comfort on water. As you step onto our state-of-the-art vessel, you'll notice the modern design and enhanced facilities that prioritize your safety and enjoyment. Our retrofitting process has not only upgraded the aesthetics, but also improved the performances of the boat, ensuring a smoother and faster journey across the beautiful Lagos waterways. Feel free to explore the spacious seating areas equipped with comfortable amenities such as life jackets for all passengers, a first aid box, fire extinguisher, all for a relaxing ride. Our knowledgeable crew is here to assist you, making your journey as enjoyable as possible. Join us as we set sail towards a more efficient and eco-friendly future, embracing technology while celebrating the vibrant culture of Lagos. Thank you for choosing Light Ferry, where every ride is a memorable adventure.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Lagos Transportation Agenda, and like I told you, my guest today is Engineer Bada, and he's going to be doing justice to our topic, which says understanding road languages, talking about traffic lights, traffic signals, road maps, markings on pavings, and what have you. So with me here is Engineer Bada, and permit me to start by asking you, what is the role and responsibility of the MOT, Ministry of Transportation, in Lagos State? Can you just give us a quick rundown or briefing of the role? Thank you.
The basic role of transportation, Ministry of Transportation, is to make sure that road, that means transportation generally, because transportation means moving goods and services within the state network, and it can also be nationally within the states.
Okay.
So transportation seeks to the three possibilities there.
Okay.
Safety,
Safety.
efficiency, and reliability. And the last one is sustainability. Once you have that one interplay, that means there is mobility of people is enhanced, goods and services is enhanced, commerce is enhanced. So that means if you have those ones, that means transportation is working.
All right.
Once you have any clogging of those things, you have problems and chaos.
Definitely.
And the citizenry complain. And that we say the system is not efficient. So transportation seek to achieve that efficiency within the communication
All right.
transport system.
Thank you very much. Talking about efficiency in the aspect of transportation, what are the measures put in place to ensure road users really understand the road signs, traffic lights, pavement markings, and what have you?
Thank you. Just like in other types of transportation, like in aviation, you have the control room, and you also have the pilots
All right.
driving the plane.
Okay.
On the transport sector, that is the road, we have the driver using the road, you have the road itself
Sure.
functioning. So the road, just like the control room, giving directions to the pilot as to fly high, fly low, reduce speed, and all those things. The same thing on the road. You have those two things there. The road design itself, you have the signage on the side of the roads, and you have the markings on the roads.
On the roads.
The markings can either be worded or symbols.
Okay.
The signs can also be worded or symbols, but all of them are communicating to the driver. So any driver moving or driving on the road need to look out for those signs and markings.
Fantastic.
So it is then you are guided. If you don't know how to read those signs and markings on the road, that supposes that you are driving blind, and it's dangerous. So any road that is fully completed must, as a matter of a requirement, have markings and signage there.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Like talking about the signs and the markings and the directions on the road. Now, how can you inculcate that, like understanding those marks? Okay, if you see this, how will the general public, there are some people that don't really understand all these markings and the signs on the road. So how can they understand it?
Thank you. See, before anybody get license, you are not supposed to drive a car except you have a driver's license. The driver's license body, that is last degree, is to ensure that anybody having his license, driver's license, is trained to have minimal basic and even assess that you can drive. That means you are certified that you understand all this basic language, the minimum of it,
on the road,
to drive on the road. So that's on one part. The other part is there are regulations and laws.
Okay.
That which the federal government has and states has its own adaptations. For which, if you don't obey this, if you don't do that, you get booked for this or that. But the other part is that the law requires that there must be all these signs and markings on those roads before you can enforce. So you see, the government can't really do much, or enforcement can't take place except these markings are there.
All right.
If those markings and signs are not there, drivers too we are likely to say they are driving blind, and which is dangerous. Which means safety is impaired when you have situation like that.
Thank you very much. We'll go on a quick break, and when we are back, we'll continue on this topic, understanding the road languages. Please stay with us.
On board the newly retrofitted Light Ferry, where innovation meets comfort on water. As you step onto our state-of-the-art vessel, you'll notice the modern design and enhanced facilities that prioritize your safety and enjoyment. Our retrofitting process has not only upgraded the aesthetics, but also improved the performances of the boat, ensuring a smoother and faster journey across the beautiful Lagos waterways. Feel free to explore the spacious seating areas equipped with comfortable amenities such as life jackets for all passengers, a first aid box, fire extinguisher, all for a relaxing ride. Our knowledgeable crew is here to assist you, making your journey as enjoyable as possible. Join us as we set sail towards a more efficient and eco-friendly future, embracing technology while celebrating the vibrant culture of Lagos. Thank you for choosing Light Ferry, where every ride is a memorable adventure.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Lagos Transportation Agenda. My guest today is Engineer Bolaji Bada, the Director of Transport Engineering. Engineer Bada, still on the matter, it is observed that most road users, especially the general public, abuse most of these road signs, maybe the poles, the lights, and what have you. What measures is the MOT putting in place to curb this attitude, or are there sanctions for violators or offenders?
There are two flips to this side. On the side of drivers, it's already advised, and lastly is trying to enforce that everyone that drives a car must have a driver license.
Definitely.
Even when you do, there is need to retrain yourself. But as a company or corporate organization, you have drivers. It is also advised that each of your driver needs retraining, just like everybody needs training and retraining. For somebody who is a professional driver, you are supposed to retrain those drivers on a yearly basis, because everything in life keeps evolving. Requirements, technology is changing a lot of things.
Definitely.
So those things changes, improvement comes, and those you need to retrain yourself.
Definitely.
So every driver is supposed to retrain himself on a yearly basis.
Okay.
Especially if you're a professional driver. On the side of government, there are signs and markings and all those things that we improve on. We leverage on it to make sure that those signs are there. If those signs are not there by virtue of being theft or whatever, we try to replace them.
Talking about making those signs available at a regular basis, there are some areas where these signs are very, very necessary, like where we have schools, school children, where we have marketplace and maybe construction sites where motorists really need to see these signs. How does MOT take charge of taking data or information on getting to know these particular areas, and how do you come in to take rescue?
Thank you. For every road that is being constructed, that is deemed completed, must be marked and signed.
Every completed road?
Every completed road must be marked and signed. It's part of it. If it's not marked and signed, it's not yet completed.
Okay.
However, due to a lapse of time and usage, those signs wear out. Like signage, based on the design, lasts for 5 years and needed to be replaced. The markings too, because of learning, discipline, and driving and all those things wear and tear. So it is our responsibility to remark and ensure that those signs are there.
Okay.
But if the signs are not there and it's a road that was done a long time, obviously has experience of theft or vandalization.
Okay.
But we don't see everywhere, and that's why we need the community to help, to come engage us and say these things are missing and all those things, so that we'll go back and restore. The once in a while we'll go and do some audit. We can't see Lagos is a large expanse of road, both federal, state, and local, that we see to.
Okay.
However, when we have issues of schools and some market area, those ones are speaking to safety issues.
Okay.
So when you have such issue of schools having those issues, now presupposes that we need to do an audit road audit safety audit check. We assess that school or the market environment and do some audit requirement for which it will require additional signage or specialized road marks.
All right.
And we call it speed or safety speed calming measures and all those things. So that's why you see some roads to reduce the speed limits. From maybe if it's 60 because of the school environment, we'll drop it to like 40 or 35 or 25. We provide some zebra crossings and some other additional signs. And sometimes we insist that the school or whatever provides some form of flagmen to assist with crossing. So those are one of our additional safety requirements, but the minimal basic must be provided at the point of construction.
Okay. Most of these marks we have, like for instance, you made mention of zebra crossing. Now I discovered that when we talk about zebra crossing, motorists should stop when they get to that spot while pedestrian crosses to the other side. But in Lagos here, most areas they don't even observe this zebra crossing, which does not happen in Western world. What can you say to that?
Thank you. When it comes to road markings and all those things, they have lifespan.
Yeah.
Basically 5 years max.
To fade.
To fade or to deplete. However, the challenge is usually paucity of funds. Based on limited funds available, you prioritize and allocate accordingly.
Definitely.
However, the governor has been so magnanimous. We have been on a yearly basis. We have been taking up roads for markings.
On a yearly basis.
On a yearly basis.
Fantastic.
In the last years of this administration, we are, and we can't boldly say that we have covered a lot of local governments, whether it's state, federal, or local. Once it is important and all those things, because we prioritize due to paucity of funds. But when it comes to the issue of obeying and all those things, it's as if a lot of people don't understand mark or disregard it. Those markings are communicating. When you have a zebra crossing, it means the pedestrian that needed to cross it is given priority over the vehicle. So as a driver, when you see a pedestrian standing by a zebra crossing, you should stop and let them pass because they have right of way. They are given priority.
Oh, fantastic. Now talking about the vandals or violators of all these road marks and signs or even lightings, I want to push it to you that do you have other agencies or departments in the state government you are working with as MOT? Do you have other departments that works in hand with or in collaboration with MOT to ensure smooth running and efficiency of your duties?
Yes, we do. Basically, we have LASMA.
LASTMA.
They are on the road. Everywhere junctions that you have a traffic signal light. You know, the lock-up or choke-up point or where you have a gridlock always start at junctions.
Okay.
Because a lot of people want to cross and the other one is not doing the right of way. And so we have lockdown. And because we basically have those problems at junctions, that's why traffic lights are being introduced that rotate the allocation of movements so that you don't have a lockdown for where we have heavy traffic. And once in a while, those traffic lights can have a problem or issue of over-congestion or all those things.
Okay.
So you have to, the traffic man, which is in form of LASTMA or a police officer, those on the road, will help in controlling the traffic until sanity returns back. So if you don't have those insanity, the traffic light is effective of its own. But most of the time, a lot of people don't obey those lights. They create a lockdown and human intervention is necessary. And that's why we work with all those, the LASTMA. Sometimes we have the police, which are the traffic warders, police officers and all those things. And that's why we have CBD, we have their own kind of enforcers there on the road, CBD kind of police or marshals. that work with us on the road. Yes, we do.
That is awesome.
Like,
So thank you very much, engineer. Before I let you go, I would like to ask, are there policies in place to secure the installation of all these infrastructures as at when due? Then, if there are policies, what sanctions do you have for these so-called violators and vandals that destroy government properties?
there are policies in place. There are laws and regulations. The problem is the enforcement. And you see, the thing is, when you have human interventions to all of these problems, you have complaints, issues with the citizen saying malhandledness of that last officer or the police or whatever concerning all this enforcement of these laws. However, Lagos State is trying to move towards a smart city, the kind of development for
Smart city.
smart city, yes, project in which the road itself is intelligent. From junctions to roads, there are cameras and all this, but all these things takes time to get to those areas. That's on one part. There is other part on which, if you get picked as one of those vandals or one disobeying this traffic law, how do we get enforced? So that means data of all the citizens needed to be obtained. You drive, you violate traffic light, you get ticket at your home. Those ones are there. You have the issue of vandals. There was some installation that was recently installed for which somebody climbed those poles to steal the battery as well as the camera. The camera picked him. We can see the face, but we don't know him. However, we don't have the data of people in Lagos. So we are getting there, but until when we have all this in place.
So if you are just joining us, we've been on air with Engineer Bolaji Bada, and he's the Director of Transport Engineering in Lagos Ministry of Transportation. Engineer Bolaji, thank you so very much for your time. I want to seek for your parting words and advice for the general public before I let you go. Do you have any advice for the general public?
Yes, we need the cooperation of the populace. Like a citizen will enjoy them that if you have or notice that there are some roads or wherever that are not marked that have these issues, please get to us. We go immediately and do the needful. That's on one part. If you see the case of vandalization or theft, please, if you see something, say something. Because we all benefit or suffer for all of these things if they are not there. Safety will be compromised, efficiency and effectiveness will also be taken out. We need our road to be safe, we need it to be effective, and your cooperation is highly coveted. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to believe we've all heard from the horse's mouth. If you see something, say something. Because if you keep quiet, safety will be compromised. And for effectiveness of this ministry of transportation, we all need to work in cooperation. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for staying with us on Lagos Transportation Agenda. I'm Emmanuel Aronsiola. See you next week on the same station, same time. Bye.